This feature is called Copilot, and Copilot is basically a functionality that will help you to add more comprehensive and complete description for your products that can be used in multiple scenarios like marketing campaigns or to be published in web portals. We have seen this in the past where a customer wants to put more enriched text to the item descriptions, and by not having that capability, we ended up extending the item and adding something similar to the sales order work description, which is an extensive text, but doesn't give you the ability to add format to those texts. So now we are going to try to take advantage of this functionality and use its editor and enhance it and using it in a different scenarios. You will see. Okay, let me briefly introduce you to this new feature. It's called Copilot. And then in order to use it, you will have to go to the feature management and enable it. Then what you will see after that is that you will have a marketing text on the menu for the item in the item card. And you will have as well a fact box on the right side where you can edit or add any text. So as I told you, this is like a formatted text. And the idea of this is give you like an automatic way to add those descriptions using things like, for example, the item features, things like that, that would show all the characteristics of the product. So this is how the editor looks like. And as you can tell, it is very nice to have. But at this point, we are not interested in the suggestion part, or the part where the artificial intelligence is going to help us to create this elaborate description. We are just interested in taking advantage of this little editor over here and use it in a different scenario. So let's think about a real case. This is actually a case that we already had. Let's say that we are a company that needs to have multi-language description for our products. As I told you, we are not interested in the Copilot suggestion, but we are interested in part that give us the text editor. So we are going to take that marketing text editor and use it in a multi-language scenario for our items. So how this will look like is more or less like this. It could vary depending on the the scenario that you're going to create, but in this specific case, we must create a link between our main table, which is the item, our middleman, which is the language, and link it with the out-of-the-box table, which is called entity text. That table is the one that contains the blob field that is going to have all that enriched text. This is a more technical part that we are not going to dig in, but it's probably nice for you to see more or less how it will be connected. So it's basically a table connected to the entity text, and from there we are going to add some other code to be able to use the editor, and that's about it. So what we are having to have at the end of the day is we can create another fact box or an option on the menu, and it will look more or less like this, but it could vary depending of how you like to do it. In my case, I did like, I have the language, I have a little description, and here where it says edit or add, in the case that we have that this is a new language added, we can add our text, and it will look more or less like this, where you will have all these little icons where you can add pictures, you can add format, you can add multiple lines, sorry, and you can create one per language, which is great, and you will have this capability available for you. I would like to show you a little bit how this looks in Business Central. So in Business Central, at this point, let me show you. I don't have the Copilot activated because I don't need it. The only thing that I want is the functionality that is doing the editor. So I don't have that activated. I added my extension here for my multi-language marketing text, and this is how it looks. We can create another language. And then we can put whatever here. I can do, I don't know, whatever is important to me here to describe, and then I save it. So I have 3 languages at this point. I have done, I have English, and this is a good example of how it probably looks like, and I have Spanish as well. So with this, you will have a very good functionality that you can use, and not only for the item, you can use it in whatever entity you want, because at the end of the day, this entity text connects with our customized table through the system ID. So that's the key. So that you can use any table in the system and extend it.